Next we have very interesting concept, which is solar eclipse. So students, how we get this solar eclipse? Solar eclipse, as you all have heard about this term from your parents, solar eclipse is Surya Grahan. So how we get this Surya Grahan, and it occurs on which day? Let us study all together. And beta, this solar eclipse can be seen when the moon comes in between sun and the earth. As we all know that there is a requirement of opaque object and the screen to cast a shadow. So students, here you can see that moon casts a shadow on the earth, and in this way the sunlight which is coming to the earth is blocked by the moon. Either it is partially blocked or either it is fully blocked. So when we have partial blocking, that is called as partial solar eclipse, and that region is called as where we have this much, like this much region, this region where it is partially blocked, that region is called as penumbra, and the region where there is full shadow on the earth, there we have umbra region. So students, in this way we can see solar eclipse when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth and it casts a shadow on the earth. Right? It is clear. Let us now study lunar eclipse. So students, lunar stands for moon, solar stands for sun. So during solar eclipse we can't see the sun, and during lunar eclipse we can't see the moon, whether it is partially seen or completely seen, right? Next we have lunar eclipse. So students, what is lunar eclipse? Lunar means we have that earth in between the sun and the moon. Here we can see that sunlight which is coming from the sun is blocked by the opaque object earth in between, and it casts a shadow on the moon. Moon can't be seen partially or completely. When it's not seen completely, that region is called as the umbra region, and this region where we can see partially, that region is called as a penumbra region. So when the earth comes in between sun and the moon, earth casts a shadow on the moon. It can partially block sun rays or completely block sun rays. In this way we will be having partial lunar eclipse and the total lunar eclipse correspondingly. Students, next we have to see that on what day solar eclipse occur and on what day we have lunar eclipse. So solar eclipse usually occurs on a new moon day. You might have heard about the term new moon day, Amavasya. Right students? So it occurs on that day, and usually it lasts for few minutes. But lunar eclipse occur on the full moon day. We have heard about the term Purnima. So it occurs on full moon day, and it lasts for few hours as compared to the solar eclipse, which lasts for few minutes only. So this solar eclipse occur on a new moon day, and lunar eclipse occurs on the full moon day. I hope it's clear till now. Next we have pinhole camera. Pinhole camera is really an interesting device which helps us to know about the property of light. Property of light, students, which property of light? Rectilinear propagation of light. So with this device we can study the rectilinear propagation of device. Here you can see I recorded the image of the garden area. You can see these trees are inverted. These trees are inverted. You can see the whole field, this whole region. This is the image from the pinhole camera. So you can see everything is inverted in this image, and everything in this image is diminished. So students, with this pinhole camera we get what type of image? We get inverted and the diminished image. This pinhole camera can be made by you by taking a cylindrical or the rectangular box, and by putting a pinhole on an opaque object and by using translucent sheet on the another box which you have taken, and accordingly you can observe this inverted and diminished image. It's really an interesting device. You must try it. So students, next we have very interesting concept again, that is reflection of light. Students, as you see in your daily life, when you bounce the ball, it gets hit on the floor and it turns back. Similarly students, this bouncing back of a light ray after hitting any surface, any kind of a surface, is known as reflection of light. We can observe this reflection in our daily life. As you can see, this water is acting as a reflecting surface. So here we can see the same image. Similarly here, and similarly in this image, when we put the light rays with the help of any source of a light, for instance a torch, and then we can see that light is getting bounced back of a light after hitting any kind of a surface, then such phenomena is called as reflection of light. We will be now studying that this reflection can be of two types. What two types, bacha? We have this regular reflection. As we can see in our daily life also, we have two type of surfaces. If we have a regular surface, if we have a smooth surface, if we have a polished surface, and we have a smooth surface, then what type of reflections can be seen? For instance, these rays are falling on the surface of a smooth surface. This ray will be bounced back, this ray will be again bounced back, this ray will again be bounced back, but here we will be getting this regular reflection. So all rays will bounce back parallel to each other. Whereas in diffused reflection, or this type of reflection is called as irregular reflection. In such case, we have irregular reflections. As you can see from here, these light rays is coming and it is going back in this way. This light ray is coming and in this going in this way. Here light ray is coming and it is going in this way. Why it has happened so? It all depends upon this surface. As you can see, this surface is rough. This surface is rough. So when we have rough surface, we have which type of reflection? Diffused reflection. So these are the two type of reflection. One thing I must let you know, that from this surface, from this rough surface, we don't get any kind of a glare. Means we don't get any kind of a glare in particular direction, because these rays are going in different directions. Whereas in regular reflection, we do have a glare in particular direction, because these all rays are going back in the parallel direction, and here on the surface of any object or on the wall we will be getting a glare. Like we will be getting a glare when these rays fall on a particular object parallel to each other, whereas in diffuse reflection it is not so. I hope it is clear. Next very interesting concept we have with us is image formed by the plane mirror. So students, we all have seen our image in front of the mirror. What do we observe from that? Here you can see this child is looking into the mirror. This image is same. This is the image. This is the image of the boy, and this is the object. This is the object. So students, as you can see, this image identifies the object and gives the complete information. Complete information means that image is same as the object. Whereas in shadow, it does not necessarily identify. You can see shadow is here. It does not necessarily identify the object. Means this shadow can't interpret that this is this and this kind of object, and doesn't give the complete information. We don't have any complete information in this case of shadow. Next, students, we can see that image is colorful. He is wearing this green shirt and the image is again with this shirt only, with this color only. So students, image is as colorful as the object is. We have that same. But in case of shadow, what do we have? We have black shadow, irrespective of the color, irrespective of the color of the object. We will always be getting that black shadow in front of us or in behind, right? It depends upon the source of the object. If source of light is in front of us, then we will be getting a shadow behind us. If source of light is on our left side, then the shadow will be formed on the right hand side. So in this way, shadow is always formed opposite to the source of light. Next, students, we have image cannot be obtained on a screen, right? Whereas in case of shadow, we do need some screen like this ground, like this surface, as I told you earlier. So there is requirement of screen. It is a essential thing. So there is requirement of screen in case of shadow. Next very interesting concept which we have is about lateral inversion. Which phenomena? Lateral inversion. What is lateral inversion? Lateral inversion, this property can be seen in case of image formed by the plane mirror. Now the question arises, what is lateral inversion? Students, as we have observed in our daily life that when we look into the mirror, our left side appears to be right side and the right side appears to be the left side. As you can see here, student has raised his left hand, but in the image it is a right hand. So here student hand is here, this one right hand, here you can see in the mirror it is the left hand. So this left turning into the right and vice versa is called as lateral inversion. We have observed this in our daily life, like in medical emergencies. We have seen that they use the process of lateral inversion, and we find the word ambulance which is written on the front side. So the driver which is going ahead of the vehicle see that ambulance and gives the right of way to such vehicle.